Hi and welcome to our market wrap. Currently we're experiencing an inflation market. But what does that actually mean? An inflation market is one where we see spiralling increase of costs of our day-to-day living. The real estate market over the past 2 years has been a very good example of this, where we've seen out of ordinary increases in prices of properties where owners and purchasers have enjoyed some of those benefits. Now we're seeing the peak and the troughs in the real estate market, which is normally to be expected after an enormous increase, is being very uncharacteristic. Typically a rise and a fall in the market over a 7-year cycle. However, we've seen a rise now and the commence of the fall in the real estate market taking place in just a little over 24 months. Inflationary rises has caused either huge increase in demand such that we saw more money or significantly limited amount of supply. In this case, from a real estate perspective, the enormous amount of money provided by the government and to households and also businesses that were aimed to sustaining through uncertain times, provided to families with the increase of income. In addition, pandemic-related restrictions on the importing and exporting of goods in and out of Australia also impacted where the money was being able to be spent. This is a list, just a few of the inflation pressures that are out there. As we say, what goes up must come down, and this is certainly true from a real estate perspective. The market right now, from the Reserve Bank position, is to control inflation. How do they do that? Through the rise of interest rate. Now yes, the rise of interest rate is aggressive at the moment. However, it's important to understand that the Reserve Bank aim is not to stop inflation entirely, but to slow inflation either to a neutral or a more steady growth, so therefore there's no rapid rises over the next coming years, like we've experienced over the last 2 years. In addition, the government is continuing to hand out money to assist the economy to continue going, especially from a real estate perspective. So what we are seeing is the market is softening, but now more than ever, we've seen a drop of approximately between 10 and 20%. The possibility of hitting 30% is not out of the question, but I don't believe this will take place. With the restrictions on the day-to-day spending that people are taking, while any drop is good news for buyers, sellers also should see this as welcoming news. We're seeing buyer interest still continue. Last month we sold approximately $9 million worth of real estate. So while buyers are conscious about the market declining, they're definitely out there with an appetite to continue to buy. At our auctions, while we are seeing a drop in the number of registered bidders in the comparison to the boom, those that did register who were involved approximately increased their competitive bidding by $202,000. The interesting point is not that there was more numbers or less numbers than what we're experiencing in the boom, even though we had more buyers registered to bid, but yes, the prices that were achieved were approximately 12% higher than the top of the last peak. We are still seeing buyers with plenty of ambition to buy. However, I believe the market will come back to a neutral position probably by the parts of December or January this year. So if you'd like to sell now to achieve a better price, perfect timing. Buyers aren't worried too much about the continuing fall as long as they see the inevitable coming in the future. This is the market will rise one day. If you bought prior to 2020, you're not going back to those numbers from a real estate perspective. So as an owner, you can still enjoy some significant equity in the purchase that you've done prior to 2020. The real estate, from a rental perspective, continues to benefit both landlords for both houses and apartments. We're seeing some good increases as well as improved tenant selection. I recommend if you have a tenant that is not performing correctly and you have tried to rectify the situation without success, then give us a call, as we have plenty of good quality tenants ready to move in. Landlord can appreciate a good quality tenant if they provide the right intentions. Last month, we leased 38 properties to new tenants, and we have plenty more left over, certainly looking for more property. So if you have any issues from a rental perspective, please feel free to reach out to us, as we would be more than happy to help you to a better place. If there's anything we can do from a real estate perspective, please feel free to contact us. Otherwise, we hope to see you out and about soon.